Yo, what is going on, everybody? Mr. Heretic here. Today, we're doing files for Resident Evil 2. Now, real quick, I was just going to read these straight up off the game, but between needing to load different save files for Leon and Claire, A side, B side, and the fact that I saved over those files, and also apparently there are some X files that are special files that are exclusive to Nintendo 64, which I wouldn't have access to if I just read them off the game. We're going to go to a website and read these bad boys. But for anyone that wishes to check it out themselves, you can go to evilresource.com. That's where we're at. And it looks like they just got the game files for everything as far as the Resident Evil games go. But, I've only looked up a couple games. But we're going to utilize them for the files I don't have in games and may just, like in this case, read straight from the site. So anyway, without further ado, we're going to start going through it. And we're going to start with police memorandum. This letter is just to inform everyone about the recent movement of equipment that has happened during the precinct's rearrangement. The safe with the 4-digit lock has been moved from Star's office on 2nd floor to Eastern office on 1st floor, 2236. Raccoon Police Liaison Department. Yeah, Chris's diary. August 8th. I talked to the chief today once again, but refused to listen to me. I know for certain that Umbrella conducted T-virus research in that mansion. Anyone infected turns into a zombie, but the entire mansion went up in that explosion along with any incriminating evidence. Since Umbrella employs so many people in this town, no one is willing to talk about the incident. It looks like I'm running out of options. August 17th. We've been receiving a lot of local reports about strange monsters appearing at random throughout the city. This must be the work of Umbrella. August 24th. With the help of Jill and Barry, I finally obtained information vital to this case. Umbrella has begun research on the new G virus, a variation of the original T virus. Haven't they done enough damage already? We talked it over and have decided to fly to the main Umbrella HQ in Europe. I won't tell my sister about this trip because doing so could put her in danger. Please forgive me, Claire. Mail to Chris. Mr. Chris Redfield, Raccoon City Police Department, Stars Division. As per your request, we have conducted our internal investigation and discovered the following information. Federal Police Department, excuse me. One regarding G-Virus currently under development by Umbrella Inc. So far, it is unconfirmed that the G-Virus even exists. We're continuing with our investigation. Two, regarding Mr. Brian Irons, chief of the Raccoon City Police Department. Mr. Irons has allegedly received a large sum of funds and bribes from Umbrella Inc. over the last 5 years. He was apparently involved in the cover-up of the Mansion Lab case along with several other incidences in which Umbrella appears to have direct involvement. Mr. Irons had been arrested under suspicion of rape on 2 separate counts during his years as a university student. He underwent psychiatric evaluation as a result of the charges, but was released due to circumstantial evidence, as well as his phenomenal academic standing. As such, extreme caution is advised when dealing with him. Jack Hamilton, Section Chief, Internal Investigations, United States Federal Police Department. Operation Report 1. Raccoon Police Department was unexpectedly attacked by zombies. Many have been injured. Even more were killed. During the attack, our communications equipment was destroyed and we no longer have contact with the outside. We've decided to carry out an operation with the intent of rescuing any possible survivors as well as to prevent this disaster from spreading beyond Raccoon City. Details of this operation are as follows. Security of armaments and ammunition. Chief Irons has voiced concern regarding the issue of terrorism due to a series of recent unresolved incidences. On the very day before the zombies' attack, he made the decision to relocate all weapons to scattered intervals throughout the building as a temporary measure to prevent the possible seizure. Fortunately, this decision made it extremely difficult for us to locate all ammunition caches. It has become our top priority to recover these scattered munitions. To unlock the weapons storage. As stated earlier, it will be extremely difficult to secure all ammunition. However, a considerable supply still remains in the underground weapon storage. Fortunately, the person in charge of the card key used to access the weapon storage is missing, and we have been unable to locate the key. One of the breakers went down during the battle, and electronic locks are not functioning in certain areas. It has become a top priority to restore power in the power room and secure those locks. Operation report 1 p.m. The west barricade has been broken through and another exchange ensued. We sheltered the injured in the confiscation room on the first floor temporarily. 12 more people were injured in the battle. Additional report: 3 additional people were killed following the sudden appearance of an as of yet unknown creature. This creature is identified by missing patches of skin and razor-like claws. However, its most distinguishing characteristic is its lance-like tongue, capable of piercing a human torso in an instant. Their numbers as well as their location remains unknown. We have tentatively named this creature the Licker and are currently in the process of developing countermeasures to deal with this new threat. Memo to Leon. Leon S. Kennedy. Congratulations on your assignment to Raccoon City Police Department. We all look forward to having you as a part of our team and promise to take good care of you. Welcome aboard from all the guys at the RPD. Operation Report 2. Early morning, 2:30 a.m., zombies overran the operation room and another battle broke out. We lost 4 more people, including David. We're down to 4 people, including myself. We failed to secure the weapons cache and hope for our survival continues to diminish. We won't last much longer. We agreed upon a plan to escape through the sewer. There's a path leading from the precinct underground to the sewage disposal plant. We should be able to access the sewers through there. The only drawback is that there is now guaranteed the sewage disposal plant is free of any possible dangers. I think that's no. We know our chances in the sewers are slim, but anything would be better than simply waiting here to die. In order to buy more time, we locked the only door leading to the underground, which is located in the eastern office. We left the key behind in the western office since it's unlikely that any of those creatures have the intelligence to find it and unlock the door. I pray this operation report will be helpful to whomever may find it. Chief's Diary. September 23rd, it's all over. Those imbeciles from Umbrella have finally done it, despite all their promises. They've ruined my town. Soon the streets will be infested with zombies. I'm beginning to think that I may be infected myself. I'll kill everyone in town if this turns out to be true. September 24th, I was successful in spreading confusion among the police as planned. I made sure that no one from the outside will come to help. With the delays in police action, no one will have a chance to escape my city alive. I've seen to it personally that all escape routes from inside the precinct have been cut off as well. There are several survivors still attempting to escape through the lower levels, but I'll make sure no one gets out. September 26th, I had to change a heart about remaining survivors inside the precinct. I've decided to hunt them down myself. I shot Ed in the back through the heart less than an hour ago. I watched him writhe in pain upon the floor in a pool of his own blood. Expression on his face was positively exquisite. He died with his eyes wide open, staring up at me. It was beautiful. I wonder if the mayor's daughter is still alive. I let her escape so I could enjoy hunting her down later. I'm going to enjoy my new trophy. Yes, frozen forever in the pose I choose to give her. Film A. Well, there's not really, it's a picture, but Koji human body experiment. Can I? Didn't really get much bigger on the screen, did it? But I tried. There you go. Film B. Pictured in front of Taylor. Arukas Taylor regressed into zombie within 2 hours. Subject repeatedly complained about severe agitation of the epidermis in addition to feelings of nausea. This happened up to the moment he lost consciousness. Film C. Development code T103. Due to accelerated metabolism relative to the earlier 00 series, the subject possesses exemplary regenerative capabilities. The light shining on it, on the tube, kind of makes it hard to see, but that's definitely tiring. Recruit. I remember seeing that, but I have not caught that one in a while. This film is inside Albert Wesker's desk. You have to search it 50 times to find it. Who the hell would sit there and search Wesker's desk 50 times to come across that? And a little weird that he's sitting on that, but whatever. That's cool. Patrol report. Received a report of suspicious individual skulking around the sewers at the outskirts of Raccoon City. I searched the area and located the individual, but he ran away before I was able to question him. I recovered the following items: a small amount of C4 plastic explosive, an electronic detonator, 9x19 parabellum rounds, infrared scope, broken. Secretary's diary, A. April 6th. Accidentally moved one of the stone statues on the second floor when I leaned against it. When the chief found out about it, he was furious. I swear the guy nearly bit my head off, screaming at me never to touch the statue again. If it's so important, maybe he shouldn't have put it out in the open like that. April 7th. I heard that all the art pieces from the chief's collection are rare items, literally worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. I don't know which is bigger mystery, where he finds those tacky things or where he's getting the money to pay for them. May 10th. I was surprised to see the chief come in today with yet another large picture frame in his hands. This time it was really disturbing painting depicting a nude person being hanged. I was appalled by the expression on the chief's face as he leered at that painting. Why anyone would consider something like that to be a work of art is beyond my comprehension. Secretary's Diary B. June 8th, I was straightening up the chief's room. He burst in through the door with a furious look on his face. It's only been 2 months since I started working here, but that was the second time I've seen him like this. The last time is when I bumped into that statue, only this time he looked even more agitated than ever. I seriously thought for a moment he was going to hurt me. June 15th, I finally discovered what the chief has been hiding all along. If he finds out that I know, my life will be in serious danger. It's getting late already. I'm just going to have to take this day at a time. Watchman's Diary, August 11th. Finally had a chance to see the blue skies for the first time in ages, but it did little to lift my spirits. I was reprimanded by the chief for neglecting my duties while I was up in the clock tower. There's only one thing I still don't understand. Chief seemed to be more concerned about the fact that I was up on the tower rather than that I was neglecting my duties. Why was access to the tower prohibited in the first place? September 5th. Recently talked to an old man who works in the scrapyard out back. His name is Thomas. He's a quiet man and really seems to enjoy chess. He even went so far as to design a special key and lock engraved with chess pieces on them for one of the doors in the disposal yard. We made plans to play chess tomorrow night. I can't help but wonder how good he is. One thing that's been bothering me about him is the way that he's always scratching himself. Does he have some sort of skin disease or is he just rude? September 9th, Thomas was a much better player than I had imagined. I used to think of myself as a fairly decent player, but he did a pretty good job of humbling me. About the only thing I could imagine that could match his skills in chess is his appetite. All the guy did was talk about food throughout the entire game. He sounded fairly healthy, but he didn't look quite right. I wonder if he's okay. September 12th, I was supposed to play another game of chess with Thomas, but we had to cancel because he hasn't been feeling too well. He stopped by to see me, but I told him to go back and rest since he literally looked like the walking dead. He insisted he was just fine, but I could tell he was really having problems. Come to think of it, I haven't been feeling too good myself lately. Mail to the chief. To Mr. Brian Irons, Chief of Raccoon City Police Department, we have lost the Mansion Lab facility due to renegade operative Albert Wesker. Fortunately, his interference will have no lasting effects upon our continued virus research. Our only present concern is the present and remaining STARS members, Redfield, Valentine, Burton, Chambers, and Vickers. If it comes to light that STARS have any evidence as to the activities of our research, dispose of them in any way that would appear to be purely accidental. Continue to monitor their progress and make certain their knowledge does not go public, and that will continue to be your contact throughout this affair. William Birkin. To Mr. Brian Irons, I have deposited the amount of $10,000 to the account for your services this term. As per our agreement, the development of the G virus scheduled to replace the T virus is near completion. Once completed, I am certain I will be appointed to be a member of the executive board for Umbrella Inc. It is imperative that we proceed with extreme caution. Redfield and the remaining STARS members are still attempting to uncover information on the project. Continue to monitor their activities and block all attempts to investigate the underground research facilities. William Birkin. To Mr. Brian Irons, we have a problem. I received information informing me that Umbrella HQ has sent spies to recover my research on the G virus. There are an unknown number of agents involved. They must not be allowed to take this project away from me as it represents my entire life's work. Search the city thoroughly for any suspicious persons. Detain any such individuals by any means deemed necessary and contact me immediately through a net. With these precautions, any possible threat should be eliminated. I will not allow anyone to steal my work on the G virus, not even Umbrella. William Birkin. Sewer manager facts. On the first and third Wednesdays of the month, Angelica Margaret, Chief of Maintenance, will make use of the facilities. Be sure to reduce the moisture levels in the facility by activating the fan, as the equipment she will be using is susceptible to effects of water vapors. On the 28th of every month, the chemical transporter Don Weller will use the facility. Chemicals he will be transporting are extremely volatile. Extreme caution should be observed throughout their transport. On the 6th and 16th of every month, Police Chief Brian Irons will visit the facility to attend the regular meeting that takes place in the lab. On the fourth Friday of every other month, William Birkin will use the facility to conduct a training seminar for the Chicago branch of Umbrella Inc. As the probability of an attack upon William Birkin will be high, take every measure conceivable to guard his life. You will be informed of all other potential visitors and the times that they will arrive as needed. Guide these individuals to their destination safely. We expect nothing but the best from you. Charles Coleman, Secretary Chief, Umbrella Headquarters. Sewer Manager Diary, June 28th. It's been a while, but I saw Don today and we talked after completing our work. He told me he had been sick in the bed until yesterday. Really doesn't come as much of a surprise given how long he's been working here. He's been sweating like a horse and kept scratching his body while we were talking. I asked if he was hot, but he just looked at me funny. What's wrong with him anyway? July 7th. Chief Irons has been visiting the lab quite often lately. I don't know what he's doing over there, but he always looks grim. The expression on his face has been even more unsettling than usual. My guess is that's because Dr. Birkin's impossible request. Chief has my sympathies, though. After all he's done for the town, he doesn't deserve this. July 21st. I rarely drink because I'm on the graveyard shift, but I don't suppose I have much to complain about it since this is how I make my living. August 16th. Chief Irons came in late today looking grimmer than his usual self. I tried to joke with him to cheer him up, but he wasn't amused. He pulled his gun and threatened to shoot me. I was able to calm him down, but that guy must have some serious problems. He knows he can't enter the lab without my help and metal. This is what it means to be for the chief to serve and protect. August 21st, William informed me the police and media have begun their investigation on Umbrella's affairs. He said that the investigation will be citywide and that there was a possibility they'll even search through the sewers. He asked me to suspend all Umbrella sewer facility operations until the investigation is concluded. The sewer will still be used for passage, but he stressed that I have to be extremely cautious and that I'd lose my job if anyone finds out about this operation. Lab Security Manual. Security measures in case of an emergency. In the instance of an uncontainable biohazardous breakout, all security measures will be directed towards the underground transport facility. In the instance that any abnormalities are detected among cargo in transit, all materials will automatically be transported from the loading zone to the designated high-speed train, at which point all materials will be isolated and disposed of immediately. In the instance of a Class 1 emergency, the entire train will be purged and disposed of without delay. In the instance that the lab itself becomes contaminated, the northernmost route currently used to transport materials to and from the facility will be designated as the emergency escape route. This route will secure passage to the relay point outside the city limits. Disclosure about any information regarding research conducted here or the existence of this facility is strictly prohibited. Since it is a top priority to keep all research classified, escape access may be denied under certain extenuating circumstances. P. Epsilon Report. This report demands immediate attention. The P epsilon gas has been proven capable of incapacitating all known bioorganic weapons. As such, it has been designated for emergency usage in the event of a BOW escape. Reports based on data collected during prior incidents include the potential for negative side effects. P-epsilon gas has proven to weaken the BOW cellular function. However, prolonged or repeated exposure will result in the creation of adaptive antibodies to the agent. Furthermore, some species have observed to absorb the P-epsilon gas as a source of nutrition and use the toxins extracted against anything perceived as a threat. Use of P-epsilon gas should be severely limited to extreme cases only. We strongly request the authority to reevaluate the P-epsilon gas deployment system. We would like this reevaluation to take place immediately. 2nd R&D Room Security Team. User registration. Temporary user registration for Culture Experiment Room. Username guest, password none, valid for 24 hours. Vaccine synthesis. Instructions for synthesis of G virus antigen G vaccine, code name Devil. Devil? Any beings infected with the G virus will reproduce through the impregnation of an embryo within another living being. Unless rejected by the host, the embryo will undertake a process of gradual cellular invasion, infecting the host cells on a molecular level as it rewrites their DNA. Once the metamorphosis is complete, the host will be capable of continuing the cycle of self-replication. The duration of time for the process to run its course will vary from subject to subject. In the early stages of cellular invasion, it is possible to halt progression of the metamorphosis through the administration of the G vaccine antigen. The following procedure details its synthesis. Vaccine creation requires the base vaccine. This can be arranged by the activator VAM. First, set the empty cartridge to the VAM and activate it. After several moments, the process will be complete and the white-colored base vaccine will be set in the cartridge automatically. Then confirm the green light is on. Remove the cartridge and proceed to the next step. Once the base vaccine has been prepared, set it to the vaccine synthesis machine located in the P4 level experiment room. The machine is fully automated and only requires the user to push the sequence start switch. At this point, the program will run automatically. Synthesis will be complete within approximately 10 seconds. As the synthesis of Devil is an extremely delicate process, the quality will vary with slight shocks or changes in temperature. Be careful. Careful handling is required for proper results. And the stuff I've never seen before, it almost doubles I think that's like double or almost double the amount of files in the N64 version. I got words for that. I don't like that. Whatever. Jill's report. July 24th, 1998, Raccoon Forest following documents were obtained at a sanitarium owned by Umbrella Corp. Umbrella Bioorganic Weapon Publicity Material. Dev Code MA39 Cerberus, MA121 Hunter, FI3 Neptune, TO02 Tyrant. In addition to the above, it is believed that several other BOW were created by means of accidental infection. During the course of the test, it was discovered that the contagion is not limited to human beings and may pose hazardous risks to plant and animal life forms. Effective means of controlling this contagion have yet to be found. Raccoon City Police Department stars Alpha Team Jill Valentine. Progress report. As a result of the scheduled product improvement plans for the MA120 production of the latest multi-purpose BOW MA121 Hunter has been completed. Although the Hunter has demonstrated high performance exceeding expectations as a BOW, in the interest of producing improved products with higher levels of usability and enhanced power, Hunter R and additional enhanced BOWs are currently under development. There should be no shortage of practical applications for current products under development. William Birkin. Op instructions. Orders for Special Agent Hunk are as follows. Penetrate Umbrella Research Facility located outside of Raccoon City. Recover G-Virus sample from Dr. William Birkin. You are authorized to use any means necessary to secure this sample. Upon recovery, samples to be delivered to Loire Village. Failure on this mission is not an option. French Division R&D Facility Head Manager Christine Henry. Robert's note. How could this have happened, Barry? The town's been overrun by zombies and has literally become a nightmare on Earth. As you know, my concern for this town is as great as your own. I have waited for your arrival on the assumption you were still in the area, but the threat of my shop being overrun by zombies has become too great. I've already distributed the majority of weapons and ammo to the town survivors, including the raging bull you special ordered. I hope you understand, given the circumstances. At any rate, I have no intention of pointlessly sacrificing my life and will be retreating to Stoneville. If you get this message, meet me there. We'll go fishing. Robert Kendo. He did not make it out. Dario's note. Can't help but wonder if anyone will read these words, but writing them will help me maintain my sanity, if nothing else. After I become a meal for those undead monsters, will the GIs responsible for sealing off the town laugh upon discovering my corpse? So this is how it's supposed to end? I don't want to die, I'm just not ready. My wife, daughter, mother, my entire family has been killed, but none of that matters anymore. Right now, my life is the only important thing. That's all that matters. I never would have pictured my end to be like this. I had so much left to do. Rather than becoming a salesman, I should have tried my hand at being a novelist. It's what I've always wanted, but my mother would only tell me you have a long way to go. Why did I ever listen to her? But this looks like the end for the great Dario Rosso, novelist extraordinaire, cut down before his prime. Mercenaries log. September 1st, following 6 months of intensive training, my body's edge had returned. I was a good soldier, but they ordered my execution with no reason given. I was tortured and forced to give a fake confession. But on the morning of my execution, a miracle happened. The company had helped me out, giving me a second lease on life. September 15th, I ended my vacation short and returned to the HQ office. It looks like my UBCS unit's been called into action. Umbrella maintains its own paramilitary unit to counter corporate terrorism and VIP abduction. In addition, they have nightmen who specialize in handling problems caused by illegal products. I'm currently a member of the latter. September 28th, dawn's here, but we're still slogging through this nightmare. There are no provisions of any kind here. The undead walk the streets, feeding upon the flesh of the living. Given the choice again, I would have rather been executed. Death row was a heavenly asylum compared to this place. I've chosen to pull the trigger myself in the hope that my dead body won't come back to life. David's letter. My sanity is at its end. I still can't believe this is happening. We lost another man yesterday, Meyer, one of our better marksmen. He saw me panic once we were overrun by the zombies, but he came back to save me. When the time came to return the debt, I ran. I can still hear him calling out my name. I can still hear the screams coming from behind, the sound of the flesh being stripped from its bones. I was afraid, terrified. It's the 27th. The fight to stay alive continues. I took out several zombies and managed to break through the barricades. Now I'm cutting through the chill with whiskey, unloading my Mossberg on anything undead. That shotgun's become a close friend of mine. I've blasted many a zombie into fertilizer with it. We've lost 13 men as of yesterday in 3 hours. We'll bicker over trivial things in a meeting room. It's a total waste of time. When I finish this bottle, my old friend Mossberg will be turning one last body into fertilizer. Peace at last. I can hardly wait. Jill's note. It all began as an ordinary day in September. An ordinary day in Raccoon City. City controlled by Umbrella. No one dared to oppose them. That and the lack of strength would ultimately lead to their destruction. I suppose they had to suffer the consequences of their actions, but there would be no forgiveness. If only they had had the courage to fight. But it's true that once the wheels of justice begin to turn, nothing can stop them. Nothing. It was Raccoon City's last chance, and my last chance, my last escape. Rebecca's report. On July 23rd, an MP vehicle was found inside the Arklay Mountains. Corpses of MP members and an unidentified body were found near the vehicle. According to information from military authorities, the unidentified body was identified as former Ensign Billy Coe, who was sentenced to death penalty following a court-martial July 22nd. While Cohen was on transfer via Navy MP escort, they must have experienced some sort of accident. Corpses were severely mauled, apparently torn apart by unidentified wild animals. Following day, we returned to the location to recover the bodies, but they were nowhere to be found. Military authorities have requested that we hand over Cohen's body as proof of his death, but due to the circumstances described above, it will be a difficult task to recover the corpse. I'm requesting that this case be temporarily closed until further notice. Raccoon City Police Department stars Alpha Team. Rebecca Chambers. Is Rebecca Alpha? I didn't think she was Alpha Team, but okay. Maybe she was. Where the hell was I? Brad's note. No! It's that monster in the black suit again. Why does that thing keep chasing me? What did I do? This must be someone's sick idea of a joke. If I knew things were going to end up like this, I would have left the Stars team a long time ago. But whining won't help me now. I know I'm finished. Oh, in my hometown, Delucia, I bet the flowers are in bloom. If I could only see them once more before I die. Brad Vickers. Being chased by Nemesis. Umbrella memo. Dear Dr. Birkin, it has come to my attention that we are currently experiencing a shortage of APL-14. Counteract this problem, I'm asking that you and several other labs to donate 5 cases of APL-14 to our facility immediately. For your information, we have discovered that our base in South Pole is primarily responsible for the shortage. We are currently taking steps to prevent this from happening in the future, and don't worry, the Ashford's reputation is now irreparably tarnished. Your quick response is greatly appreciated. Regards, Joel Allman, Vice President, USA Branch. Oh, the Ashfords. That's tying into Veronica. Journalist note. As I write this, my hands shake with both anger and fear. The civilians of the town have been blockaded by the military, and though I sigh for the survivors of the town, I still feel that it's the best decision. They cannot take the chance of the disease spreading any further. I'm going to make it my top priority to discover what has caused this incredibly dangerous incident. So far, I have only found out that the disease is not airborne. Mother virus report. The mother virus was first discovered by Oswald E. Spencer, and it was him who founded Umbrella Inc. As time passed, Spencer's research was succeeded to Dr. J. Marcus. However, Dr. Marcus abused his power and had to be fired. Following Dr. Marcus came Dr. William Birkin. Dr. Birkin's experiments delivered many outstanding results, including the T virus. It is presumed that he will be finishing work on the more powerful G virus in the near future. Currently, research on the mother virus takes place at our laboratories all over the world. In the near future, we hope to discover many new viruses. That doesn't sound bad at all. Chris's report. Dear Chief, below is my account of what led up to the explosion of the mansion. July 23rd, STARS Bravo team led by Captain Marini went to investigate the bizarre homicides that occurred in the Arklay Mountains. After contact with team's chopper was lost, STARS Alpha team led by Captain Wesker went in. We found the remains of Bravo team's helicopter on the ground. After landing, we were immediately attacked by bloodthirsty dogs. We later discovered that these dogs were actually zombie dogs, as they did not even feel our gunfire. After Joseph Frost was killed, we were forced to retreat to a nearby mansion. After further investigating the mansion, we learned that it was actually a secret laboratory of Umbrella Inc. All researchers were turned into zombie by some type of unknown virus. We've also discovered that Umbrella was using that lab as a testing area for new bioorganic weapons. We have found the dead bodies of some of the Bravo team members, including Enrico Marini, Kenneth Sullivan, Forrest Spire, and Richard Aiken. We believe those bioorganic weapons caused their deaths. After that, we discovered that Captain Wesker was actually working with Umbrella and that both Alpha and Bravo teams were being used as live test subjects for the bioorganic weapons. Wesker had betrayed us. We barely managed to survive that nightmare. However, since the mansion exploded, there is no evidence to support our claims of Umbrella's secret lab or the bioorganic weapons. The zombie phenomenon that has been occurring in the city is extremely similar to the zombies we saw at the mansion. We suspect that Umbrella is somehow linked to all this. In order to solve this mystery and put an end to the zombies that are roaming the city, I propose we launch a formal investigation into Umbrella. Thank you for attention to this extremely important matter. Chris Redfield, STARS Alpha Team. One ad. New positions available. Umbrella Inc. Raccoon Branch, full time, includes benefits. Who are we? As the #1 pharmaceutical corporation in the world, we are constantly reaching for new ways to expand and grow. What we're looking for healthy, dedicated, and single individuals of any race, religion, or sex. Positions available: sales, service, production, etc. Requirements: no experience needed, but you must have a clean bill of health. Overseas positions are also available. Please note this on your application. City pamphlet, City Guide number 12. Brief look. Hello and welcome to Raccoon City. As you will notice, our city is a clean and private town dedicated to families. Raccoon City has partnered with our friends at Umbrella Inc. in order to generate unprecedented growth and stability. Umbrella Inc. is a highly regarded and well-funded corporation that cares about its employees. They have helped create many public facilities and make this city a safe place for everyone. As we look to the future, we continue to support Umbrella Inc. in terms of new business developments. Please enjoy your stay in my lovely city. Thank you, Michael Warren, Raccoon City Mayor. Look at that. That's a whole bunch of new information, but that's cool. There you go. Resident Evil 2 files. Enjoy.